All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Breeze Olson here in Monterey, California. I'm at the beautiful facility, Rising Star Gymnastics, where I coach boys and girls juniors teams. Anyways, I am here to talk to you today about Gymact and this weekend's awesome events that are going to be taking place. And we have the conference championships gold matches going on, actually two. And welcome to let's see, Mr. Laberhasky. There you are. Let's invite you in. The request has come through. Let's bring you in and make it happen. So what I'm here to do is this. I'm going to talk to you guys about this weekend. And this weekend we have, just introducing just a second there, Lance, just stay with me. We're going to have the Gymact Conference Championships, which means that we have the East Conference and the West Conference going on. And the final matches are going to happen on the East Coast. It's going to be Temple versus Minnesota, and on the West Coast, we're going to have the matchup between Iowa and Arizona. I talked to Scott Barkley earlier today about the Arizona team, and I got all the scoops. So if you want to go back into our channel and check that out, great. You see right now, I'm going to have a chat with the coach from Iowa, Mr. Lance Happy. And Lance, are you there with me?
Hey, Breeze, how's it going?
It's going great. Those guys are loud and proud over there on the floor exercise doing their warm-ups, and I love to hear that. The start of a workout is always an exciting moment for me as a coach. And as people start to arrive and the energy starts to get more and more intense as the group comes together. So sure. First of all, welcome and thank you for joining me. Let me go ahead and pass on to you. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me who you are and where you are and why is it so loud where you are?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Lance Alberhasky. I used to be a gymnast on the University of Iowa team from 2010 to 2015, and then kind of got into judging and stuff and kept with the sport a little bit with coaching as well. And then kind of the transition that Iowa went through this past year, these guys needed another coach to kind of step in and help out with training and whatnot, and here we are now. So happy to help the team out and to keep things moving forward.
Awesome, Lance. Yeah, I am so grateful to you because Iowa has such a rich history of gymnastics and a fantastic program that's been along for such a long time. I'll ask you a little bit more about that in just a second. But then for you to take on the reins when necessary and just to keep the momentum going as far and as long as you can, that's fantastic. So power to you. Thank you and congratulations on that task. And of course, shortly followed by good luck because those are some overwhelming shoes to step into. So I just mentioned earlier we have the conference championships this year. I mean, you guys came in, you're a brand new team at Gymact, and this is exciting because for the unfortunate reason that you guys were dropped as a varsity team from the university program. And then join the Gymact realm of competitions, and you guys are doing quite well. So the momentum that you're riding from that varsity program continues. And so tell me a little bit about this transition and how it was to lose the support, the financial support from the university, and then stepping into the self-funded strata of the Gymact program. And how that affected you guys as a team and as an organization.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a transition for these guys. They had a lot of perks, obviously being with the NCAA. They don't have a trainer anymore. They don't have, some of those, free food, the amenities, the gear that come with being a student athlete. And so I feel like they really found in themselves the strength and the intrinsic motivation to, see what they can accomplish with this sport on their own, and to have your teammates by your side and, really try to figure things out and how they can, get the most out of this year, was super important. And, a lot of these guys, they've done a good job of just making a schedule, making a plan for what they need to do to be successful. And luckily that's made my job easier because I can step in and just kind of oversee everything, see if there's anything I need to do to step in to change, little tweaks here and there. But other than that, I mean, these guys have done a tremendous job just, keeping things moving forward and still improving in their gymnastics.
Yeah, I spoke with Peyton a few months ago about this very same subject, but you guys just recently competed for the team. So do you still have some of the guys that are on the team now that were your teammates back then? And how does that relationship has changed now that you have this position of authority over them in some ways, and but still a colleague trying to work together to continue to build upon this team?
Yeah, so I actually graduated back in 2015. So I didn't compete with any of the guys, but it was kind of weird for me because I am a judge. So I would do like the NCAA meets, their home meets, I would be judging it. And I didn't really get to know the guys, real well at the time because it was kind of that, gymnast judge kind of separation. And, just with this year changing and stuff, it's been great to get to know these guys and help them along in their journey with gymnastics.
Awesome. And I know that we have a couple of the guys that have been doing. I mean, your team right now, the roster. I'm seeing for this coming up meet. I think there's 8 guys on the roster. So there's 5 guys competing on each event. Some of them we're going to have to do more than one event. So tell me a little bit about how the strategy is going for you, having such a small number of athletes and having to fill in those gaps of putting together 30 routines in one competition.
Yeah, so currently we have 9 guys. Evan Davis, who I'll show right now, he's warming up. He's our round guy. So, he's been huge in staying consistent this whole year, staying healthy. We just have to be super smart with the training schedule, having some hard days, but also having some light days in there for their bodies to recuperate because, as you know, this is crunch time right now. We just really need to be smart with how we're doing things and how we go about, doing routine, strength, stretching, stuff like that. It all is really methodical at this point. So,
yeah, I'm sure you have to come up with your own formula, and in some ways it's kind of a trial and error, and in some things are tried and true from years past. And so, give me a glimpse into your training program, if you will, without giving too many of your secrets away. But we always want to know. I want to know, what's going on in the, behind the stages, and what's going on with you guys. Like, how many hours a week do you train? What's right now? You're getting ready for obviously a meet coming up in just a couple of days, but also nationals in 2 weeks. So, what's your training schedule like, and what kind of routine frequency and are you guys putting together these days?
Yeah, so we've been staying pretty consistent. Honestly, it's 5:30 to 8:30 every day, so just 3 hours, Monday through Friday. Some of the guys, a couple days a week, will do some either strength or some rehab in the mornings, just to help with some, aches and pains or, just issues that they want to address. They do that on their own time in the morning. And then weekends, they just do a lot of active rest. It is kind of on their own, so it's not a very demanding schedule. It's something that has really worked for them for doing both school and training to be able to balance it very well. And so far, they've done a great job with it. I mean, it hasn't been anything that's overtraining. It's been working well this year.
Wonderful. And I see that you guys are still, and you mentioned on the previous conversation that you guys are still training in the same gym that you had while you were a varsity team. So obviously the relationship with the university is still intact in some aspects. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of amenities are still available to you as a team, and under what provisions, and how fragile is the situation there as far as the ability to continue to train in the same space for a long-term process?
Yeah, so a lot of the training scheduling and stuff goes through rec services. So it's a little complicated, I guess, in that regards. We have to get, authorization to use the gym at certain times, like if we want to use it on the weekend stuff. So yeah, that's been kind of a struggle. And then we just also have to coordinate with the women's team as well, making sure it's okay that we're going in at certain times. At least for the next few years, I want to say the next 4 to 5 years, we're safe in this facility, and it's a phenomenal facility. We still have all the equipment, all the pits, resis that the guys need to train appropriately. After 5 years, though, and luckily we have a lot of time to prepare for this, we might be transitioning somewhere else. So that's something long-term that we really start planning for, but at least for right now, short term, we're doing okay.
Well, perfect segue to just want to give you guys a plug if you want to take it over for a minute there. This is now a self-funded team. So as you mentioned earlier, the equipment for the personal equipment, grips and tape and all of the necessities for outside of, to take care of your own bodies, it's all provided by the gymnasts themselves or you guys through fundraising efforts. So where might someone go to, let me say, besides, they can go to gymact.org and there's a fundraising page there, and all the funds that are raised through the Gymact page go back to the programs. But if you want to donate directly to Iowa Gymnastics, where would you send folks to? What's a good website or a place to send?
Yeah, it's just iowagymnac.org is the website. You go to there, and Evan Davis has done a great job of setting up that website. Just makes it super easy. All you do is start clicking on, donate here, and it just, takes you through the steps and how to do that. That's the best way to go about with
iowagymnac.org or .com?
Sorry, it's .com. I messed that up. Evan, just corrected me.
I put that in there in our in the chat here so people can see it. All right, so awesome. And so meet's coming up this weekend. Are you guys excited? Are you nervous? What's going on? You guys have been putting up some good numbers this year, but it's Arizona, so you can never let your guard down. So how are you guys preparing specifically to face the 22-time national champion team Arizona this weekend?
Yeah, they're super excited. They've been staying pretty consistent, and I think they've gotten to the point now where they see a competition as just another practice. So I think they're excited and ready to go. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's
awesome. But it is going to be a virtual competition, and so folks can go to gymact.org, and there's a link there to the Virtual Stars Gymnastics website where the meet is actually hosted. All of the scores are in real time and live. The judges will be watching the routines just as the athletes are performing them. So so gymact.org will have the link to go to where you guys got to watch the competition. So it looks like either me or you have a slower internet connection. So let's make sure that this is still going through. Oh, might have lost Lance there. So folks, let's say once again, that was hopefully he can join again, but if not, Lance Albert Haskey. I had it down. I looked at my paper and got confused. I should just not read anymore because that's where I want to say thanks to Kellen, to Nick, to Torino Rajo. Torino. See, the names on Instagram are always goofy to read, right? I'm just going to say hi to everybody who's here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting Gymact and the college gymnastics. It's always exciting to know that folks are out there caring about this sport as much as we do. So bring him right back here. Lance is going to come back with us, and because I want to talk to him about Evan in a second, because besides the competitions that we also have nationals that is coming up on the 14th of May, and national championships. Gymact Nationals is going to be in conjunction with the USA Gymnastics Development Nationals in Mesa, Arizona. And on Saturday night, Saturday the 14th at 5 p.m., there's going to be the Gymact session. And we're going to have representatives of all 14 teams. Oh, I get excited just thinking about that. 14 teams in Gymact already this year, with Iowa joining us, and as well as Texas this year. That makes it 14 total teams in our programs. We started with only 6 5 years ago. At the national championships, we are going to be presenting the N2 award. That's the N2 award is basically what we like to say, that the Heisman is like the N2 for football. So that's how it is. So and you guys have a nomination from your team. You guys put up the name on the hat, if you will, for Evan Davis. I was reading through his bio. If you guys want to check out the bio for Evan, as well as the other nominees for the N2 award, it's basically based on their athletic prowess, as well as in most importantly, their contribution to the sport of gymnastics and as human beings. So the all of the bios are there on gymact.org. And if you go to that, go to the events and then N2 award, and you will see all the bios, including Evan's. Now, Evan's got an extensive resume. He is extremely successful, both as a gymnast, and then I want to ask him a couple of things about what he's up to in his off time. So, Evan, welcome, man. What's going on? You've been
good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm Breeze, by the way. I haven't met you officially. This is in a meeting through the interwebs. But I'm excited for you guys for your competition coming up, number one. And then number two, I want to give you an opportunity to pitch yourself for the N2 award. Now, this is a prestigious award. right? It's based on your achievements both as an athlete and as a person. And tell me, you don't have to give yourself a lot of pats on the back here, but tell me a little bit about yourself and some of your experiences in life that have led to your coaches putting your name in for this honorable award.
Yeah, so I mean, I think, since I was young, coming from Cypress Academy, they breed top tier gymnasts, and not only in their gymnastics, but also in the team culture they had. And so when I committed to Iowa in 2018, I instantly tried to, invest myself in the team culture I was in. And I tried to raise to the leadership position. And, when I became an upperclassman, really try to give the same experience that I got when I was an underclassman to my underclassmen, leading them through the worries and struggles of college, and also, pushing everyone to be as good as they can. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that you'll learn about being on a team like this is leadership. And that's one of the skills that, I don't think you can really get anywhere else to the level of being on, college gymnastics team. And so that's something I'll be forever grateful for. I'm super excited for next year. I got a job as a graphic designer, not too far away from Iowa City, so I'm going to interchangeably be assistant coach. And so I'm really looking forward to continue to be involved with the program and help guide freshmen in.
That's awesome. I love that that you've the passion that you've built through your life, through the leadership of those that brought you up in the junior program. And a quick shout out to Tom Meadows. He's actually a personal friend of mine. I trained with him back in high school, back in the previous millennium. And I love him to death. He's a phenomenal coach, but as you say, an amazing human being who leads by example, number one, and number two, the whole team around him of professionals and coaches that help bring these young athletes in the best of conditions, and to see the product such as yourself coming out of that program and now taking over the leadership roles and really putting your money where your mouth is, right? And taking on the challenge and the hard work, dedication, putting in your sweat, blood, and tears, because the team now is a very different team than it was 3 years ago when you had, let's say, some comforts that came from the university program. And now you guys have to put out a lot more of yourselves and your own energy and investment to keep it going. And thank you and congratulations for instigating the excitement and enthusiasm from your teammates to continue in the sport, number one, and number two, to continue this rich history of the Iowa gymnastics organization, which is a phenomenal history. So, well done. I'm so thrilled that he's involved with this, because he was coaching Iowa when I was competing back in the late 90s, and to see him again, still and again involved with the program, it brings joy to my heart. So tell me a little bit about what was your transition as an athlete, and how that changed maybe your perspective or your own rhythm or style of training. How did it change from a varsity program to now the Gymact program? What has your training experience been like?
So it's actually been pretty beneficial in the sense that, a lot of what NCAA is, it's all about the team in a sense, where you could get a lot more individualized in Gymact, which is something I really benefited from, because, my first 3 years as NCAA, I learned that, really hard, grit and like train until your arms give out, and those core fundamentals of how to mentally push yourself. And that's something that, I'm trying to pass on to our underclassmen so that they teach their underclassmen, and kind of revolting back to that leadership position and trying to keep that core fundamentals of what we had then. But, this season, I have, a few injuries that have been bothering me, and it's been really nice to alter the training plan for a more individual training plan. so that I can listen to my body. I can get healthy while still trying to compete the routines that I want to. So, yeah.
Which is often what happens with the upperclassmen. I mean, you set the standard of how many routines you're supposed to do, and when you're a senior or a junior, you do your routine, you hit, and you move on, right? You don't linger in any event for 6 hours trying to fix that one thing that you might be able to just do it tomorrow and go back and ice in the training room. But yeah, so you definitely build that the physical maturity and the training maturity, and to learn how to pace your season a little bit better as you go. Yeah, but now you have to, you're the one showing the ropes to the young whippersnappers. Tell them to maybe slow down a little bit and pace themselves because it's a long road this season in college. Very different from the juniors where you compete 3 or 4 times in a year and that's enough. Maybe 5, but in college you're putting a lot more hours in for that training. Well, listen, I just want to say thank you so much for participating in this little live experiment that we do, getting to know you and the team a little bit better. I don't know if Lance is still around or not, but I was just going to give him a chance to say his goodbyes. But Evan, thank you so much. Congratulations on your nomination to award. Good luck this weekend. How many events are you going to do on Saturday?
All 6.
You're going to do all around. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing that. I see you posted some high scores early in the season, up in the 80s, 83 something. I saw was the season high. So that's phenomenal. Keep it up. Be well. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And good luck. I look forward to seeing you on the screen on Saturday afternoon.
Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now. Sorry, my connection was bad. It dropped me at one point.
That's okay. I got to give me a chance to talk about you behind your back. That was just fine. So that was Evan Davis. I'm talking to Lance Alberhaski, who is the head coach now at Iowa Gymnastics, and he's going to be competing this weekend on Saturday. Just give the plug to the meet. Saturday, the 23rd of April at noon Pacific time or Mountain Standard Time, which is Arizona, and then on your Central Time it's 2 p.m. Yep. So that will be the time for the competition. It'll be hosted by it'll be hosted by Virtual Stars Gymnastics. And just go to gymact.org and follow the link from there, and you'll find us. All right. Hey, my headphones the batteries are dying, so it's time to go. Anything else you would like to say to the lovely people at home who are watching us or listening? Anything any parting words?
Yeah, just as many people that can be on the channel on Saturday to watch and support both Arizona and Iowa would be huge. The more support we can get at this time is greatly appreciated. And yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone on Saturday. Thanks, Breeze.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Lance Alberhaski from Iowa Men's Gymnastics team. Thank you so much for your participation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Breeze Olson from Monterey, California. I bid you adieu. I'll see you on Saturday, noon Pacific. Aloha.